Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about one of the branches of machine learning known as supervised learning. Starting with today's agenda points, we will discuss a brief introduction about supervised learning. We will look at an example, we will see what are input and output variables, what will be the approaches in supervised learning, and at last, what are the applications and summary. Starting with the introduction, I will read out to you the definition of supervised learning. Supervised learning is the machine learning task of learning a function that maps an input to an output based on example of input-output pairs. It infers a function from labeled training data consisting of a set of training examples. So here we know that we only deal with labeled training data in supervised learning. To understand this, we have an example of email. We have to categorize this email into either spam email or not spam email. Now here, as we know, we only deal with label data, so spam and not spam are two labels that we have over here. So what will machine do is, with its previous examples and experiences, it will process the data or either the email and will try to categorize it in either spam or not spam. Let us further understand this with another example. Now in this example we have the input raw data of apples to the machine. We will make the machine learn about the properties that an apple possesses. So an apple is red in color, it is of the size of a cricket ball and have a leaf above it. So what the machine will do is learn all these properties of the apple, and then if we provide with an input of an apple, what it will do is will match the properties of the input, whether it is having the red color or it is of the size of a cricket ball or whether it is having an leaf above it. When it will satisfy all the conditions, it will give an output that this is an apple with the help of the algorithms that are involved in learning the data about the apples. Moving on to the input and output variables in supervised learning. Supervised learning is where you have input variables like x and an output variable y, and you use an algorithm to learn the mapping function from the input to the output. Here we have y as a function of x, and therefore we write it as y is equal to f of x. The goal is to approximate the mapping function so well that when you have a new input data x, that you can predict the output variables y for that data. Moving on to the approaches that we have in supervised learning. In supervised learning, problems can be further grouped into regression and classification problems. Now, when we talk about the classification problems, a classification problem is when the output variable is a category, such as red or blue, or disease and no disease. But regression is a bit different. A regression problem is when the output variable is a real value, such as dollars or weight or rupees or something like that. Now, we will see different types of classification problems that we have in supervised learning. So here are some of the algorithms. These are k-nearest neighbor algorithm, support vector machine, Navy Bayes, random forest, and neural network. Next we have the regression problems. Here also we have some of the algorithms involved, like linear regression, multivariate linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, and at last the neural network. Now at last we will discuss the applications that we can use with the help of supervised learning. We can use this type of learning in bioinformatics, handwriting recognition, information retrieval, information extraction, span detection, pattern recognition, and at last speech recognition as well. Now we will discuss the summary for today's presentation. Learning dataset consists of both input and output variables. Supervised learning can be grouped as classification and regression. Bioinformatics, speech recognition, and information retrieval are few of the applications of supervised learning. Thank you so much. If you liked our video and would like to recommend it to your friends, please like, share and subscribe to Indeed Inspiring Infotech. We would also love to hear your suggestions and feedback in the comment section below.